everybody. Okay, I'm getting it together. Okay. Y'all ready to get to work tonight? Hey everybody, join in. Hey everybody, join in. I'll give you guys a second to get in so we can get it together. Welcome in. And you're mighty, you can do anything. Welcome in. You can do anything. This song is You Can Do Anything by Mercy Culture. Yeah. So while everybody's joining in, okay, I'm getting ready to start, y'all. Y'all ready? Let's pause you right there. That song is called You Can Do Anything by Mercy Culture Worship. I found a really, really good love for Mercy Culture music. So it's not going to be really long, but when I was in the shower, God says, I know you're tired, but will you work for me tonight? And I'm thinking, I did 9 hours today. My feet swelling, my legs hurting, my back throbbing. And I immediately said, yes, God, I'll work for you. Yes, God, I'll work for you tonight. And he said, I need you to deliver a message because somebody needs to hear this. Somebody is feeling defeated. Somebody's feeling like the enemy is literally attacking them on every side and they can't find the right side of up, and up looks down and all of these things. So God says, will you work for me tonight? Yes, God. Time to put in the work. It's time to eat tonight. So as he was talking to me in the shower, he showed me the story of Joseph. And we all know the story of Joseph from when he was a child and he had the coat of many colors, and he told his father and his brothers that they were going to actually come to him and he's going to be over them. And they got so angry with him. Even his father got angry with him. But his brothers were so angry that they plotted to kill him. They wanted to see their brother dead. And, one of them thought, hey, killing him is a little bit much, It's just a little too much to kill our baby brother. So we're going to throw him in the pit, and whatever happens to him, happens to him. So some slavers was riding by, they flagged him down, they sold him into slavery, and that's the story of him. So as I was in the shower, God was showing me him being sold into slavery. And then God told me to say this: whatever happened to Potiphar? Whatever happened to Potiphar? Now, if you don't know who Potiphar is, I'm about to give you an introduction to Potiphar and his wife, because he got sold into slavery. So he got sold into slavery. From being in slavery, he got lied on, and then they put him into the prison. And then from the prison, he did 2 years in there. He interpreted a couple of people's dreams. He told them not to forget them. They did until 2 years passed, and then they remembered him, and immediately he got taken from the prison to the palace, and the king told him to take off his slavery clothes and put on new garments and come up, and he had control over the whole land. So that's just a little run through on who Joseph is. So listen, God said, hey, Lindaria, whatever happened to Potiphar? And I was like, I don't know, God. I don't know. It don't really go into detail on like what actually happened to him. I don't know, God. And he says, well, read it and I'm going to tell you what happened to him. And I said, okay, God. I don't know what I don't know, but if you lead it, God, I'll tell it. And he says, I'm going to make it make sense. I have the answer now because he gave it to me when I went to read it, and I started laughing. But I didn't know the answer. So get this. So when you come to Genesis is the very beginning of the Bible. If anybody ever asks me for advice, you're not going to like me on where to go in the Bible, because I'm always going to tell you to go to the beginning and then read through. sorry, not sorry. Because I don't want to give you the middle when you don't have the beginning. I don't want to give you the end when you don't have the beginning. I don't want to put you too far and then you don't know where you come from. And I always like to send people to Genesis because it's about who you are. It talks about the creation. It talks about how God breathed his life into you. It talks about how the woman is the other rib. It talks about Abraham leaving his family. It talks about Lot's wife turning back into a pillar of salt. It talks about Noah. It's the whole rendition of who you are and how you got here. So you don't want to forget how you got here. You don't want to bypass and be a Proverbs 31 wife when you don't know that you came from your husband's rib. It's crazy how you're going to be a wife, but you don't know where you come from. You don't know where you come from. You have to know where you come from. You have to know where you come from. Another thing, someone just said, cover my head. That's in the back of the Bible, in Corinthians. That's not completely true. God is your covering. This is for all the people that love to take and have little bits of Bible, the little snippets of Bible, when it breaks it down in detail. See, if you go to the beginning, you know why I don't have to cover my head. Because God is the head of me. See, everyone needs to learn the beginning, and then you'll get to the end. But you have to start in the beginning to get to the end. Neither here or there. Let's get it. So in Genesis 39, let's talk about Joseph. So it says, now Joseph had been taken down to Egypt, and Potiphar and offered, and this is chapter 39, verse 1. I'm just going to do 1 through 4, and I'm going to just skip over a little bit to like 8. So anyway, let's get it. It says, now Joseph had been taken down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, brought him from the Ishmaelites who had taken him down there. The Lord was with Joseph, and he was a successful man, and he was in the house of the master of Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and the Lord made all that he did prosper in his hand. So Joseph found favor in the sight and served him. Then he made him an overseer of his house, and all that he had he put under his authority. So Potiphar bought him from the Pharaoh and Ishmaelite. So Potiphar bought Joseph, probably for little to nothing, but Potiphar was wise, and he saw that favor followed Joseph. So if you're a wise person and you know someone have favor, you want to get around them or beside them, because favor flows. So if you're in the vicinity of someone that is very anointing, everything around you is going to be blessed. Some people, if you want to put it in like a relationship context, you have the favor, you have the anointing, and everything is prospering. But when that person leaves you, they don't get to keep that favor. They don't get to keep that anointing. So you're going to hear about them doing bad. It might seem like they're doing good for a little while, but when you leave, everything comes with you. Everything attached to you stays with you. They can't take that. Even some jobs, you hear about them going out of business, or you hear about them, can't keep no employment, this and that, because you left. The anointing has left the building. The favor has left the building. They can't keep what's not theirs. It is you who has the favor. See, Joseph had the favor. Potiphar was very wise, and he was like, I'm about to put him in my household. Because if I put him in my household, everything in my house is going to be blessed. Better yet, if I put him at the head in my household, everything is going to prosper. So he took Joseph from just being a regular slave to overseer over all the land. So that meant that everything in his land is going to be prosperous, because Joseph has the favor of God and he is prosperous. So he gave him the top job because it had the anointing and it had the favor. He was very wise in what he did. He knew that Joseph wasn't no regular smuggler slave. He knew that it was an era of him even being here, because he was called when he was a child. His dreams were revealed to him when he was a child. Just because he was sold into slavery does not mean the favor did not follow him into the slavery, even into the pit, and even in the palace. You don't lose your anointing and your favor because the world can't see the value in it. It doesn't stop God from blessing you in the storm. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't stop God's anointing on your life and God's favor on your life. This is why some people are so angry that you're not failing, that they left you and told you, oh, you won't ever find nobody like me. Oh, I don't know what kind of job you're going to get, because I'm not going to give you no reference. You better hope to God you're going to get one. Bet. because the favor lies with me. You better hope to God that your job is still here when God elevates me. Listen, you carry the favor. It's a favor for you even being into that vicinity or in that relationship. You are the favor. And it's not being arrogant or facetious or anything like that. It's telling you who you are. In fact, if you sit with Genesis, you will find out who you are. You will find out exactly who you are. So when I come over, because it just talks about how he was an overseer and the blessings began to flow through all of his house. So then it comes to verse 8 and 39, Genesis. It says, and it came to pass after these things that his master's wife casting her longing eyes on Joseph, and she said, lie with me. But he refused, and he said to the master's wife, look, my master does not know what is with me in this house, and he has committed all that is in my hand. Therefore, there is no one greater in this house than I, nor has he kept anything from me but you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and great sin against God? So it was that as she spoke to Joseph that day by day, that he did not take heed to her or lie with her or be with her. But it happened about this time when Joseph went into the house to do his work, and none of the men were inside the house, that she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. But he left his garment in her hand and fled out the door. It says, and so it was when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand, she fled outside. What have you left behind that the enemy is lying on you, that is using to lie against you? Joseph came into the house. She saw him. She seen his power. Yes, he was a slave, but he had authority. He had favor. He was handsome. He was tall. He had the favor of God on him. And even though she was married, she was like, I want him. I want him. Yeah, that's who I want. So she came at him at once when everybody was there, and she was like, lie with me. He was like, nah, first of all, he trusted me with all of this land. He said, there's nothing that I can't have except for you. You are his wife. How can I sin against him and greatly against God? He had everything he could ever want. Why would he jeopardize it by laying with her for 5 or 10 minutes, 15 tops, and destroying his favor, his image, hurting his master who saw favor in him when nobody else did? Like, why would he do something like that? He's like, I can't do that. I can't do that to myself. I can't do that to God. I can't do that to him. I have everything that I want. So why would I want to give all of that up for something that I already have just to bam, thank you, ma'am, with you? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm not going to lay with you for a couple of minutes for a momentary gratification of flesh and jeopardize everything that I have literally worked for. I literally came from the pit that my brothers threw me in, to the slavery block, to now being the overseer. Why would I lay with you and throw away everything that I've worked for? Why would I do that? So just like the devil does, he sees an opportunity. You have to be careful of opportunities. The devil saw an opportunity, an open opportunity, and she caught him when nobody was around. There was absolutely no witnesses other than her word. And of course, a husband will believe his wife. A wife that is running outside with the jacket in hand saying, he raped me. He threw himself on me. I tried to say no, but he came at me anyway, and I don't know what to do. I'm so distraught, and I'm just so shaken up, and he came at me. Lies. Lies. Absolute lies. But what is a husband supposed to do besides defend his wife's honor? So it said this. She called to the men of the house and spoke to them, saying, see, he has brought in this Hebrew to mock us. He came in to me and to lie with me, and I cried out with a loud voice. And it happened when he heard that I lifted my voice and cried out, he left his garment with me and fled outside. She kept his garment with her until the master came home. Then she spoke with him with these words, saying, the Hebrew servant whom you brought to us came to me to mock me. So it happened, as I lifted my voice and cried out, he left his garment and with me and fled outside. So she's lying her behind off. She planned this out. Baby girl got tears. I'm talking about she got tears for days. Only thing she missing is a letter. 19. So it was when his master heard these words which his wife spoke to him, saying, your servant did this to me after this manner, that his anger was aroused. Then Joseph's master took him and put him in the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were confined, and where he was in the prison. 21. But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. A lie ain't nothing for somebody to tell. A lie ain't nothing for somebody to tell. If it benefits them, they gonna tell it. And see, Potiphar didn't know what to do. He loved Joseph. He saw the favor. He was prospering. But what are you supposed to do when your wife is coming at you with a bold-faced lie that you don't know? And she's saying, the Hebrew that you bought, babe, the Hebrew that you bought in here, he mocked me. He tried to lie with me, and I fought him off, and he left his jacket because I screamed so loud, and he ran out the door, but I got his jacket. See, he mocked us. He mocked us. You brought him into this house. You did this. So he was like, I got to defend her honor. I got to take Joseph to the prison. And he took him there. He took him there. And you know what else happened to Potiphar? Nothing. We don't know anything else about Potiphar. When God asked me what happened to Potiphar, he said absolutely nothing. No one knows anything else about Potiphar, but everyone knows the story about Joseph. God is saying the people that lied on you are about to be a distant memory. The people that outright lied on you are about to be a distant memory. No one knows what happened to Potiphar. No one knows what happened to his wife. No one even knows what happened to the slavery yard they had. All we know is God was still with Joseph. All we know is God never left Joseph. God's favor was always with him, even in the prison. As soon as he got into the prison, God had the prison guard have favor with him and made him overseer over the prison. Then he began to interpret dreams, and the dreams took him to his next destination, which was the palace. The dreams took him to the palace. That was his next destination. No one knew. Who is Potiphar? All we know is the foolishness that Potiphar and his wife did. We know nothing else about them. God is saying it's time to stop giving the enemies all the glory. That's it. We know what happened to his brothers because he loved his brothers. Yes, they sold him into slavery. Yes, they plotted his death. But in the end, they came with Joseph and he gave them their own land. We know that. But we never heard whatever happened to Potiphar in the famine. Did Potiphar survive the famine? Did his wife survive the famine? We don't know. Because a lie ain't nothing to tell to someone that doesn't have honor. But God is saying, I will honor you in the presence of your enemies. But I guarantee you this, Potiphar know what happened to Joseph. Potiphar seen the favor that was on Joseph's life. And I wonder if he got into it with his wife saying, why did you lie on him? I just wonder. That's all. Your enemies are behind you. They're under your feet. In a minute, you're going to be like, who? Who? Oh, the people that betrayed me? Oh, the people that lied on me? The people that tried to get me fired? The people that did get me fired? The people that conspired against me? The people that left me? Those people? Oh, I don't even know what happened to them. I don't even know what happened to them. The people that talked about me all the time? I don't even know what happened to them. You remember their name? You don't? I don't either. I don't either. I'm so blessed right now that I can't look at my old problems. They don't exist anymore. They don't exist anymore. It's all about to be a distant memory. It's all about to be a distant memory. That's how I'm going to leave it off because I can't add anything else. And God just only wanted me to get in there at that. Because he said, what happened to Potiphar? I need you to look over your life and go back to the people, because you'll never forget how somebody made you feel. You might not remember exactly who they are, but you won't forget how they made you feel. I need you to go back to when someone really made you feel like you were absolutely nothing. Who are they? What is their names? And look at you now. You survived. Not only have you survived, you are thriving. They don't know who you are. And even if they were to get in your vicinity, they wouldn't even know how to address somebody like you. Because the old you and the new you can't coexist together. And they can't try that foolishness with you this season. You're wiser, you're stronger, and you're just waiting on that day. Like, God, you want to introduce me to my brothers that sold me into slavery, my enemies that tried to fire me, the ones that left me, told me I was going to be nothing. You want to bring them around, God? You want to? Yeah, no? Oh, okay. God is saying, who is Potiphar? And what is his legacy? And why don't we know anything else about him? Besides, he slipped on a blessing because he had to defend his wife. He had to defend his wife. It wasn't his fault. But if he truly knew who Joseph was, he would have knew that Joseph would have never did that. He would have knew him. Some people are quick to listen to the lies because they never knew you. And they were waiting on that opportunity to hate you and to side with the enemy. I had people that sided with the enemy all the time on me. Oh, they said you said this. Did you ask me? Did I say it? I don't lie. I try my best not to. And I'm very upfront. If I said something to offend you, I'll apologize. Or if I said it and I meant it, I stand on it because I said what I said and I meant what I said. And what you gonna do? I don't waver. But you're so quick to believe the lie, and you wanted to believe the lie about me so bad that when they told you the lie, you ate it up. You ate it up so quickly. How many people have been eating up the lies that people have been saying about you? God is saying they're about to be like that show back in the 90s. Where are they now? Where are they now? Where's Potiphar? Where's his wife? Didn't you take me down to the prison? Didn't you leave me in the prison? God made a way out. God made a way out. God made a way out in your life. God is always going to make a way out, no matter who wants to believe a lie, who invests in a lie. They want to do it. They want to believe it. But God is saying the spirit of truth will come out and begin to flow out effortlessly. And the spirit of truth will reveal any lies that has been associated and affiliated with your name. In the next coming days, the truth is about to reign like justice gavel hitting the counter. The truth is about to come out. And all those who lied on you is about to get revealed. Just be looking for it in the next coming days. That's it. Short and sweet, y'all. I did really good. I tried to do under 15 minutes. Hopefully I did. Anyway, I love you all. God, I work for you after my 9 hours. I work for you this morning. Can your girl get off? Because I'm tired. Sit with that. If they want to believe a lie, let them. Don't go back and forth trying to defend yourself. Let them believe the lies. Let them believe the lies. Have fun with it. Spin on it. Dance on it. Do the stanky leg on it. Do whatever you got to do. Because I have a defender. And God is going to make everything truthful come to the light. I love you all. Have a great night. Your girl tired. So I'm clocking out tonight. So I hope this was a blessing. And I hope it made sense to whoever it needed to make sense to. And just know that you don't have to do anything. God is going to fight your battles. And who is Potiphar again? Where is his story again? Oh, we don't know. Oh, we don't know. And we're not going to know. Because he's irrelevant. He's irrelevant. Just like the people that lied on you. We don't know you. Yeah. Have a good night.